world champion for the PLDA.
I decided not to compete at the World Championship in 2024, and this guy took home the belt.
Shawn Johnson, the World Long Drive World Championship at Eagles Landing Country Club.
Giants. Final stare-off for these two world champions.
So who's going to take home the Grid Championship belt? Let's go.
Both of these guys really know the golf swing, and it's going to be interesting to watch both of them and what their approach is going to be, because yes, we're at altitude, but we're hitting straight into a headwind. So it's going to be interesting to watch these guys battle.
Well, let's find out. Here it is.
Right down the middle, right out of the gate at 224 miles an hour. Here's the problem with that one. Here's the problem with that one. It's over 200 feet in the air, and it's 2,900 spin. Martin, you got to get that spin rate down, probably under 2,000 if you want to come close to hitting a 400 ball.
It's gone 400.
That one did get out there 400. That's a huge ball right now. I mean, he is hitting absolute moon balls. He mishit that one at 210 miles an hour, 230 feet in the air now.
I caught that one a little high in the face, but maybe it was actually a blessing in disguise, because it taught me a lot about the perfect launch that day. Wait for the number.
2 for 2. 400. What was number 2? It's going to come up on your screen in a second.
425 yards. And why did the second one go further than the first one, even though it was 14 miles an hour slower? It's because the spin rate was lower. So what are we learning? You want to hit it really high, because we are at elevation, about 5,500 feet of elevation. That's going to add about 10%.
The big man is putting on a big show here.
You want to keep it in the air, but again, this wind is hurting, so 15 to 20 mile an hour wind. It is unbelievable how high he is hitting this golf ball.
That is right down the middle. If that's not the middle, it's the center.
So bad miss hit for him, but again, it's amazing how high he's hitting the golf ball. He clearly is trying to use that elevation. He's going after that one. Again, another miss hit there. Martin definitely wants to be over 220 miles an hour. But that 425 ball, Arnold, it was only 210 mile an hour ball speed. But he hit it way up in the air with no spin. Great show Martin just put on. 425 is a huge number.
400, 425, and kept it up over and close to another one of 398.
He's been waiting a while. With this much adrenaline going, steps out, first two balls right down the middle of the grid. He was in the booth for a while. What did I say? There's no moment that's too big for Martin. Now here's the thing. Shawn Johnson hits the ball a lot lower than Martin does. Because we're hitting into the wind, I would think that's an advantage, because Martin's hitting him 220, 230 feet in the air. But Martin just went 425,
with a high ball,
hitting it 230 feet in the air. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I thought I had these conditions figured out. He has the luxury of watching Martin hit.
Ball number 1 is in the Benoni air.
What I learned right off the bat, 227 mile an hour ball from Shawn Johnson. He's 6'7", really long levers. He can throw a baseball close to 100 miles an hour if he wants to, perform a professional baseball player. The dude knows how to create speed. Either one of these guys can win this match. It's about who executes the shot at the right time.
Boom! Boom! That is booyah!
So this is what we're talking about. 225 miles an hour with a bunch of roll. It wasn't, wow. I don't know if it's high enough. It's 80 feet lower than Martin's ball.
That did go a very long way.
He's going to have to hit it higher. I mean, clearly going to have to hit it up in the air and let that elevation help you. Now, he likes this one too, and this one's down the right side. Now, this is only 205 ball speed, so he mishit it. But Martin's 425 ball was only at 210. So,
right, so the one that we were so excited about went 397, but this one has got more potential. Doesn't pitch hard or soft. That's short of 400 as well.
He's got a long way to go. He's got 28 yards to catch Martin. again, the ball speed is there, right? So it's having a fixed flight. He's got 28 yards to find. I think he's going to have to hit it higher, and he's going to maybe have to lower the spin rate just a tad if he wants to get near that 425 mark.
Got that 10-finger grip and a very, very strong grip. Left hand is way over on the shaft.
Yeah, he's cranking that left hand down. At these speeds, it's hard to release the golf club in time. It just is. So it's not like it's, oh, baby.
That he likes.
He absolutely loves it at 222 miles an hour. It's 12 miles an hour faster than Martin's 425 ball. But again, it's not necessarily a ball speed contest right now.
397 yards. He produced 2 of those as well as a 395. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, it was way short of the 425 that the German put on the board. It is a win for Martin.
So that first round is worth 1 point. Martin's on the board. That's a nice feeling to get that first win notched off, and obviously it sets the tone.
Higher.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to hit it higher. Your apex is way too low.
Okay.
So you got plenty of ball speed. Just get it higher in the air.
You
Let's
want
go.
me to move it up in my stance or just?
Yeah, if that's what it takes to get it up, just so you get your apex up, you need the apex about 220 probably.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
So Martin's talking to his coach as well.
Yeah. I mean, the first ball was good. The second ball was like 13 miles an hour slower, but went 25 further. Obviously, we got to speed up, but also we have to just launch it up in the air, despite it's downwind, into wind, and that's a little weird. But that's apparently just how it works.
Yeah, got to keep that launch nice and high. Spin rate is always the magic into the wind. So that height with spin, and you can add to that with better ball speed.
So they're talking about height and they're talking about spin rates here. There's not a whole lot of conversation going on about ball speed. Hit this ball way up in the air. Bobby Peterson, one of the smartest guys in the sport, in the world of golf, to be honest with you, and my golf coach, shout out to Bobby Peterson, great guy.
He was right up there with the ball speed. That's 222 for the ball speed. That's 222 miles per hour, but that's gone OB.
Watch him use his long levers. I mean, he almost, he absolutely loves it. So 225 miles an hour there. He likes that one. And he uses those long levers to create massive swing. Probably one of the biggest, longest swing arcs in the entire world of golf.
That arc is absolutely off the chart.
Again, he's not hitting it as high as he would like to. That one must have gone out of bounds.
Figure on ball number 4. That looked like it was a good one. No, it wasn't in the end. Bobby, is he forcing just a little here against the wind now? The wind is howling now. It really is howling.
You know, for those of you at home that play golf, and it's a weird thing that these two hitters have going on right now where they can feel the wind in their face. They can feel it, trust me. But they still know they want to hit it high. And it's because of the elevation, and it's a really, really weird thing to get over. What Sean needs to do here is he just needs to hit his shot. I wouldn't worry too much about getting the ball too high in the air. Ooh, that's a good ball. I don't know if it's going to stay in down that right side.
That's going to be tight.
He's got time he's got to worry about now here. He's only going to be able to get that one more ball off.
He's got 10 seconds to do it.
I would say a weakness of Martin's is probably hitting the grid. I'm a guy that fills up the grid, and if it comes down to it, he's going to be in trouble.
He needs to get one in the grid here.
There you go.
He clutches up. He clutches up. He's yelling at it. 226 miles an hour. It is over 200 feet in the air. 200 spin. It is into the wind, but that's a pretty good spin rate at altitude. Our wind is the strongest we've seen it. 405 yards from Sean Johnson. What do you think about that one?
Wow.
It's got to be 25 miles an hour.
405 yards. That is absolutely remarkable.
Well, for a second I thought the second set was going to be a walk in the park, but not against the 2024 world champion. Sean clutched up and hit it 405 into wind. That is a massive number right now.
I love what Bryson's doing for the game, by the way. Speaking of Bryson, one of Bryson's good buddies is this guy right here, Martin Borgmeier, and he's got a number to chase. 405 yards is his number to chase.
He's lashed another one for a first one out of the stalls.
220 miles an hour at 2,000 spin there, so he didn't quite center that one up. This is a fun battle, isn't it, Arnold? I mean, this is a pick'em. This is a pick'em match. If Vegas was in on this and we were betting this would be even odds, I promise you that. Both of these guys are world champions for a reason. Oh, he loves it.
Loves it with a draw against the wind. Look at that, 222 again.
Oh, 391.
Baby, be the one.
So this one's a little bit less spin. So I'm curious to see how the spin is affecting. Yes, we're at elevation. Normally you'd want to spin it more.
It's taken that factor away.
So that ball that he just hit was about 500 less spin than the 391 ball he hit.
Go, another one.
Martin is really getting this ball to talk. He's hit 3 gorgeous shots in a row.
And that's the lowest ball. This wind is just howling. It's hard to figure out.
Oh! Another one has come right out the middle of the club. He's hardly missed the sweet spot in this set.
You know, you say that, but I would like to see Martin closer to 225. So he's hitting these solid, but he's still got a little bit more in the tank. He's probably just barely missing that center of the face. But how clutch was it for Shawn Johnson in his final ball with about 5 seconds left on the clock to hammer one?
I mean, one.
Not only did he hit the grid, but he went over 400 yards, and Martin had to look at that and say, now I got to go catch 405.
I definitely hit a lot of good balls that set, but they were all too low. There's definitely not a ball speed competition. This is a competition, a battle of launching the ball right. And that's also what our coaches kept telling us.
At over 200, is the wind the same? You got to pay attention.
Yeah, wind's still
Is
chilling.
the wind the same?
Yeah,
Is
wind
the
is the
wind
exact
the
same.
same?
Yes, it's the exact same.
Yeah, stay over 200, keep the spin up, hit a nugget. All right,
Okay.
just need a nugget right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've just seen 2 rounds of 2 world champions having a go at it. Martin, you started so fired up. Sean's come back strong though, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the conditions are really interesting because it's gusting, so you never know what you get. I hit a lot of good shots, but I'm gonna tell you one thing, I'm exhausted. Like, this altitude is something different, and I haven't hit this many shots in a row in a long time. I really hope that Inspire Play is gonna give us a reason to start back training. Let's make this big, guys. Come on, everybody, let's go!
We're going to be calling on the crowd. I want everybody on their feet. We got 1 more round left. 8 balls each for the players. We want everybody up. We're bringing the other long drivers out to come and help you cheer. I don't want to see a seat on a bum, on a seat. I want to see all of you getting us fired up. Come on! It's the final round of the Grid Championship.
Whoever wins this one, it's winner take all. So
Did you notice what's going on right here, right now? Because I did not. I'm still sorting my tees, my balls, but the clock is ticking. My preparation time is almost over. Everybody's celebrating, cheering, and so on and so forth. But this is the very deciding set. This is so important, and I'm not ready.
let's see if Martin can do what Shawn did to him, which is put up a big number and let Shawn have to go try to chase it down. This is what you want in long drive here. A great environment. Comes down to a final set. And that's what the Grid Championship offers. We have a bunch of...
Just 1v1 match.
Wow, I've already lost over 20 seconds before I'm gonna get my first shot off. This set is definitely gonna be quality over quantity. There's 0 chance I'm gonna get all of these 8 balls off.
It's a lot of fun. Oh, he likes it right out of the gate.
Every single first shot that Martin has hit, he has absolutely creamed tonight.
So 215 miles an hour, way up in the air, only 1,800 spin. So the spin rate's a little lower than he might want it at this elevation.
He's using different tees every time. He's really experimenting with this.
Yeah, you're going to have to ask him about those tees. I don't know if I've ever seen those before. Those are like extraterrestrial tees or something. But one thing I know for sure is he tees it way up in the air. Martin Borgmeier hits it higher than pretty much anybody on the planet. That's why elevation is his friend. If you're hitting at elevation against Martin Borgmeier, you're in big trouble. And imagine if we were hitting downwind rather than into this wind. That's what I was telling you. He would be hitting at over 500 yards right now, guaranteed. We are hitting into a 25-mile-an-hour wind, and these guys are still putting up ridiculous numbers.
I would have loved to have seen that. Nonetheless, the conditions are the same for everyone. Borgmeier with that massive backswing. Loves it.
Boom. A moon ball.
Stuck that right in there. The Space Center had to take notice of that one.
260 feet in the air. I believe that's taller than the Statue of Liberty. It was a little bit of a miss hit for him. It's probably off the top of the face. That could be a big one for him. 410 yards.
Wow. Against the wind, 410 yards, and he smoked another one. That last one is still flying and still flying and still flying. Waiting for that next
415 yards. I don't know if this one's going to count. We're going to need confirmation if he made contact before the zero. They need to make sure they get this sorted out.
Say that. Don't you say that.
Martin's pointing at me and says, don't you say that. He wants me to shut my mouth and leave it up to the officials.
To win, what's going on, huh?
That's insane, though. That number, 415 yards into the wind, is just
unbelievable.
And obviously it did not count. Time was just a little tight this set. And, well, all I can do now is stand back and watch Sean chase 415. What a feeling.
Sean's going to have to hit his biggest ball of the day. He hit 405 in his second set.
So the pressure is on now for the world champion.
Right out of the gate, he likes it. So he's going to have to hit it way up in the air. And that last one probably wasn't quite high enough. He's going to have to hit it 220, 230 feet in the air to catch 415.
That draw spin is taking that outside of the bounds.
So, folks at home, how do you hit it higher? There's a few ways to do it. The way I would suggest doing it is teeing a little bit higher, putting it a little further forward in the stance, and catching even more on the upswing. So Shawn Johnson might be 6-7 degrees, swinging up through it on a normal occasion. He might have to try to swing closer to 8 or 9 degrees up on it to get that launch up and try to hit it over 220 feet in the air.
And what degrees would you have on that drive ahead right now?
You know, I actually don't know. Traditionally, he probably has it set at 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 degrees. He might have set it up a little bit higher than he normally would to try to get that ball flight up.
When Martin was hitting, I actually saw him doing some adjusting, so it probably has gone up just a little.
He's got plenty of speed. So Sean's ball speed has been consistently higher than Martin's for the most part. Again, it's just, can he hit it high enough to catch those moon shots that Martin's been hitting? Here's another one, 225 miles an hour, but it's 60 or 70 feet lower than Martin's ball. So he's going to have to play the run game here with a little bit flatter descent angle and hope he runs out, because he's not going to be able to carry it as far as Martin if he's hitting it that much lower than Martin. Yeah, so 400 yards. That's a huge ball, guys. That is a ridiculous ball, but he's got to go 415. He's got 34 seconds to do it. He's got to launch it higher. It's got to be over 200 feet. The ball speed is less important than the height is right now. There it is. See, look at that one. I know he mishit it, but, I mean, a bad miss at 199, but that 221 feet, that's what we need to see.
It's come down to this.
404 yards.
Wow.
He's got it. He's got one ball left.
He's got to hit it way up in the air.
Sean's a good hitter, but I think whenever it doesn't go his way, I feel like he's lacking a little bit of experience to dial it back in.
Martin, this is my tee box.
He's got to find the grid. Can he do it in his last ball? It is so clutch. It's 194 feet in the air. It may not be high enough. That's what I'm concerned about. 2100 spin, 225 miles an hour. Those numbers look good to me. I just don't know if he quite hit it high enough. This is going to be over 400. Is it over 415 yards?
All right. Let's have a look. 450!
Ties him up!
No way, Jose!
Outstanding. What more can you ask for? 415 yards and they tie it up. I mean, folks, that is almost a quarter mile. That's over 4 football fields, whatever way you want to look at it. And it comes down.
It comes down to a 1-ball playoff. The first and the longest ball in the grid is going to win the whole thing.
Shawn Johnson has the luxury of seeing what he has to go catch. I think he wants to go full throttle here and get a big number to chase. So that's OB right.
Excuse my language here, but it was possibly the most important shot of the night, and I tried to hold it off, but I flared it out right.
So what does Shawn Johnson do here, right? And we're gonna be able to tell by his ball speed and his club head speed. Does he tone it down, or does he just keep going full throttle like he has been all night? Let's see what he's got.
He went as hard as he could.
It's kind of an out-of-body experience. It's not a comfortable feeling.
It's almost not in control.
All I thought was, screw the apex of the ball, just bash it, come on.
You feel like you're hitting in somebody else's body right now, and as the first guy to find the grid, probably end up taking this thing.
Yeah! There it is.
There it is. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. 219 miles an hour at 2,200 spin. Not only is this going to find the grid, this is going to be a huge number. So, Shawn Johnson, fully capable of catching whatever number this ends up, but number one, he's got to find the grid. So
the Viking is in the game.
But what have we learned about Shawn Johnson? The dude's clutch, right? In round 2 and round 3, it came down to his final ball with time ticking down, and he executed both times. The dude is clutch. Can he come up clutch one more time? 385 yards, the number to beat. We know he's capable of it. And this one's going to miss left. Martin Borgmeier is going to take him down. What a match.
It has been unbelievable. The grid champion, Martin Borgmeier.
What a showman. And what a show that these two put on. I feel for Shawn Johnson. You'd think, hey, just hit it out there, but it's tough. It's a really tough situation to be in just to say, hey, hit the grid, because this is not a sport that is known for specifically control. This is a full throttle, all-out sport.
Tough conditions, but took it right to the wire.
Oh, yeah. Man, I wish I was hitting it the way I did on the grid. If we were on the practice range, if I was doing that, there's no way I wouldn't have put a ball in that playoff. That's all I needed to do, but the adrenaline gets you. You turn the club face over, and Martin gets the win. Good job, Martin.
Frankly, I didn't even know Shawn that well before this trip to South Africa, but I got to know him a lot better, and he's an amazing athlete, but he's also a great human being, and I can't wait to battle it out with him over the next couple of years for a lot more belts.
So Martin, you take the title, you take the win. You were super fired up there. Du hast mich. You were enjoying that. Ja, ich spreche ein kleines bisschen Deutsch.
Oh, wow, that's really impressive, actually. Wow. What was going on here? Thanks again to Inspire Play. I can't stress this enough. Please, please, please give us a reason to go back to training. Because, I kind of hated that guy, but you can't really hate that guy. He's a really good athlete, and Shawn's an even better person. It was such an honor to hit against him. And, those speed numbers, I want to climb the speed ladder again as well. So thanks, everybody, for coming out. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Long Drive is back, baby. Let's do this.
We are building Inspire Play because we believe that golf is super entertaining, and we built it about influencers and athletes. And what we saw tonight, live entertainment, fan engagement, is exactly what we're trying to do. And I have an award for Martin on behalf of Inspire Play. You're getting a Grid champion! Let's go! Amazing.
Freezing cold, guys. Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together another time for your champion of the Grid Championship in Benoni, Martin Borgmeier.
What an absolutely incredible night this has been.
Are we up? Hey,
Bobby, encapsulate it for us in a few sentences, your thoughts?
Well, long drives back, just like Martin Borgmeier said. This is an environment unlike any I've seen in the sport. And these are some super high-level athletes that we had the pleasure to watch tonight, and they deserve an arena like this, and they deserve the recognition that this event gives them an opportunity to have. And again, these are the fastest hitters in the world, and the entertainment value is obviously there, and it was just an absolute pleasure to be here in the booth, pleasure to compete tonight. Can't wait to do it all over again someday.
Bobby Longway Ray, the second to last voice that you listened to tonight. Bobby, thank you so much for your time and your insights. It's been glorious. Go and join the rest of your athlete friends down there. You deserve it.
Thanks,
and
Arnold.
Enjoy.